Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Boxer Boxing. Now my boy Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, man. They've been putting pressure on him. Pacquiao was rumored to be fighting Conor McGregor in Dubai or the Middle East somewhere. And, WBA said, man, listen, if you're going to be fighting these celebrity fights, there's no point of you having this title. We can get someone who's hungry, who doesn't have the name recognition of you to get this title so they can become a star as well. Because Manny Pacquiao, at this point of his career, having the title is more like the WBA title is more like a trophy than really an accomplishment. We all know Pacquiao is an all-time great. We all know his accolades. And that being said, man, Manny Pacquiao decided to keep the title, and the fight is most likely going to be happening with Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. That being said, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, the thing is, PBC has been collecting these titles in the welterweight division. I mean, it's basically a full house. Manny Pacquiao has the WBA title, and Errol Spence Jr. has the IBF and WBC title. And the only title left is Terrence Crawford's title with the WBO. So that being said, man, all the cards in PBC, and they really can't afford to lose a belt right now. So Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao is going to have to defend the title against an elite level fighter. And understand that Mike Garcia is ranked number 2 in the WBA, and they've been saying that Udonis Ugas and Jamal James are going to be fighting each other for the right to fight Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao for the belt. So that being said, man, it's crazy. Manny Pacquiao is a super welterweight WBA champion, and then Ugas is the WBA regular champion. The super is supposed to be above the regular, but you know how that goes, man. It's really confusing in boxing, but you have to be the regular champion to really get the crack at the super champion. So yeah, man, Jamal James and Ugas are going to be fighting each other, and we're going to see who wins that fight. It's crazy because I watched Jamal James and Ugas fight before, and I thought Jamal James just outworked the guy. And it's wild stuff because Jamal James is a big guy, but I do think they robbed Jamal James in that fight. In fact, that's his only loss. Jamal James' only loss is to Ugas. So, man, that being said, man, people really underestimate Jamal James. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. The only thing he needs to really do is work on his power. That's about it. Because there's no reason why you should be able to throw 100 punches, and you should be able to drop the guy or something. But yeah, man. That being said, man, I do think that Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao will be fighting Mikey Garcia next year. They say that Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, they're opening up Texas for the Danny Garcia Errol Spence Jr. fight. I wouldn't be shocked if they do it again with Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. There's a big Latino population in Texas, and Manny Pacquiao is not a stranger to Texas. He fought a lot of elite level fighters in Texas, and that's sort of a second home for him as well. There's the East Coast. You got the MGM Grand, you got Vegas, and you got venues in LA, and then you got venues in the South in Texas. And the Dallas Cowboys Stadium is one of the biggest venues that can really be done over there in the southern United States. So yeah, man, I do see Manny Pacquiao coming back, fighting Mikey Garcia, and a lot of people are going to be making contrast and comparisons to Mikey Garcia and him fighting Manny Pacquiao as far as the counter punching goes. They're going to be comparing, contrasting the greats that Manny Pacquiao fought that were Mexican. The Corraleses, the Marqueses. They're going to be comparing them and saying, hey, can Mikey Garcia do the exact same thing? And it's wild because I do think Mikey Garcia, while he's a multi-division world champion, this is his, he's trying to get his 4th weight class. It seems to me like he's actually bigger than Juan Marquez or Morales. He hits harder. His counter punching is on point. I think those fighters, just at least Morales, he threw more punches, and I think Marquez is a little sharper on the counters. But I do think raw power, Mike Garcia definitely hits harder than both those fighters because he can just overwhelm. He can just hit through you. He doesn't really need to counter you. He can just hit through you. When Mikey Garcia fought Adrian Broner, he was just hitting through Broner. He wasn't really countering the guy. He was just walking him down. That being said, Mikey Garcia will be the bigger fighter. Because understand that Manny Pacquiao, he's never been the biggest welterweight, and he's an 8 division world champion. And he's always been a small fighter. But, Mikey Garcia is most likely going to try to walk Pacquiao down, because when you fight an elite level fighter like Manny Pacquiao, going to decision and winning on points is just, it's really not feasible. You don't want to leave it to the judges. You're going to have to make a statement in this fight. And the only way Mikey Garcia is going to make a statement is if he walks him down. Now, I'm not talking about Pacquiao or anything, because I think he's extremely sharp, fast, and he looked incredible in that Keith Thurman fight. And whatever basically Pacquiao wants done in this fight, Garcia is going to have to concede to whatever Pacquiao wants, because Pacquiao, is basically 40 now. He's 40 now. And, if you want to crack at the all-time great, you're going to have to do what he tells you to do. And that's going to be whatever Pacquiao wants. So, man, that being said, man, Pacquiao's going to have anything he wants in this fight. So the advantage is definitely going to be toward him, bar none. Anyway, man, let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. How do you guys feel about Manny Pacquiao fighting Mikey Garcia? It's most likely going to be happening in Texas, man. They're already opening it up for this Errol Spence Danny Garcia fight. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobasket Empire. Peace.